shit.
Sorry. I interrupt.
On the contrary, you've arrived just in time.
So Hellboy is essentially a reboot of Hellboy, and this version stars David Harbour as the titular character as he works for this group that essentially fights paranormal creatures. And he has to stop this Blood Queen played by Mila Jovovich before she essentially destroys and takes over the world. Alrighty guys, so let's get into Hellboy. David Harbour is trying, and I mean, he is trying his damn hardest to do the best that he can that he has given. David Harbour is the bright spot of this entire film. I found him entertaining. He was very charismatic. Gives the best performance in the entire film. And seeing David Harbour in the Hellboy makeup, I thought he looked awesome in the makeup. Some of the designs for the demons themselves looked really cool too. And something I actually really liked about this movie was that there were a few decent action sequences. One that involved a couple of trolls, which I thought was a really fun sequence. Another one that involved a one-take shot, which was, again, it was fun. So the Hellboy reboot, this was a film that I really wanted to give the benefit of the doubt to me. Knowing that David Harbour was gonna be Hellboy after seeing him in Stranger Things, which I absolutely love, and knowing that Neil Marshall, the director of The Descent, which is one of the best horror films I've ever seen. Not just that, but he's directed some of the best episodes of Game of Thrones, The Watchers on the Wall and The Battle of Blackwater. 2 episodes that are incredible if you guys have not seen Game of Thrones. And then it was announced that it was going to have an R rating and it would be much darker and closer to the comic books. And I love the Guillermo del Toro Hellboy films, especially The Golden Army. That film is incredible. So then the film came out and a bunch of people were asking, are you going to see this, Austin? Are you going to review this film? So after a lot of requests, I went to go out and see it, and yeah, this movie is bad. I mean, this movie is fucking bad. Now, I don't think this film is an abomination per se. I don't think this film is one of the worst comic book films ever. I mean, it's definitely not as bad as Fantastic Four. It's not that level of bad. But still, this movie is really, really bad. Now, one of my biggest issues with Hellboy was actually the R rating. Guillermo del Toro's films were only PG-13, and those films had way more wit, had a bigger heart, and they were actually way darker than this film. The film's R rating was just for the cussing and the blood and gore. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind swear words, and I don't mind a lot of blood and gore in the film, but I feel like they were just cussing and just saying fucking shit just to say fucking shit, essentially. And the other thing is that they were promising that this film would be much darker and more tone of a horror film. I think that they were really confusing horror and dark. I mean, there are some horror aspects to which I'm not gonna lie, they weren't that well done. But I think that they were really confusing darker and more horror with just having a lot of swear words and having a lot of blood. Because in no way, shape, or form was this film any darker than Guillermo del Toro's films. And in fact, this film was actually not dark whatsoever. I mean, there are some scenes that do have a bit of dark with them, but really, this film is actually much more cheesy in tone, and just they try and make a much more cheesy and a much more comic book-like film than a darker Hellboy film. And the cheesy aspects that they do put into it, they don't work whatsoever. The dialogue of this film, oh my god, the dialogue of this film is not only over the top, but once again, it's cheesy as can be. Especially when it comes to Mila Jovovich as the main villain. Mila Jovovich has done some good stuff in the past. I mean, I loved her in The Fifth Element, and to be fair, I actually like her in the first Resident Evil film, but really, I feel like that Mila Jovovich just overcooks the crap out of his performance. And some parts were so over the top and cheesy with the acting that I'm not gonna lie, I actually laughed my ass off at one certain point. It was that bad. Another huge issue that I have with Hellboy is that despite some good elements that are just sloppily put together in this gigantic mess of a film, like there are parts that just don't line up with others. Like there is a scene and it cuts to another scene and it feels like that there is footage that is just missing. Like when there are parts that I feel like that are just cut and sake of time, there are other parts that are just sped up. I mean, you guys will the scene if you do see it, but there's such a pivotal moment in the third act that just goes like, it literally just ends in the flick of a wrist. And all these scenes are just sloppily put together in this incoherent mess. And then there's the CG. Oh my god. I mean, some of the CG in this film, I mean, not some, but about 95% of the CG sticks out like a sore thumb. I feel like it was just a couple of layers put together and rushed out. That's how bad the CG of this film looks. And then the ending happened. If they make a sequel to this film rather than making a Hellboy 3, no. And I mean, hell no. So overall, I don't think that Hellboy is an absolute abomination, and I don't think it's Fantastic Four level bad. In fact, I do think this movie is slightly better than Fantastic Four. There are a few redeemable aspects about Hellboy, but unfortunately it's all eclipsed by what is just a sloppy mess of a film. So all in all, I'm gonna give Hellboy a 1 out of 5. I really wanted to give this movie a benefit of the doubt and love it, but unfortunately, this film... it's just not good, guys. Alright guys, so comment down and let me know below. Have you guys seen the new Hellboy film? What'd you guys think? Let me know below. If y'all want to follow me on social media, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch. I'm also on Snapchat and Stardust. So if y'all want to follow me on social media, all the links and the usernames are in the description below. I hope y'all enjoyed my review of Hellboy. If so, please hit that like button, share, subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell whenever a new video goes live. If you guys want to see any of my previous 2 videos, please click either right there or there. And of course, until my next review, I will see you all next time.